Hey everyone, it is your boy Kevin, and welcome back to another KKS Gaming video. So the Overwatch beta is out, the open beta that is, and I thought that, I hadn't played in a while, thought I'd give it a try. I tried the other beta a few months ago, and it kind of really didn't click that well with me. So I thought I decided to give it another try and see how it all went together. So I'm gonna give you a couple of my impressions on this current beta as we're getting close to the release date, and I'm trying to use a scale that kind of works out for me. I decided that I was gonna go with a good, bad, or meh. Good being like, yes, give me more of that. Bad being, nah with you, I don't want more of that. Don't put no more of that in there. And meh, like, it's not really good, it's not really bad, it's just kind of okay. Doesn't really hurt, doesn't really make it or break it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. First, the good. The graphics, oh my god, the graphics in this game is so nice. I mean, they're so well optimized for even lower end systems. I mean, my system is not slouch. It's not really a slouch at all. It can handle itself pretty well when it comes to games, and it looks beautiful on medium. When I cranked it up to high, it looked amazing. Oh my god, just the thing, the quality of the characters, the facial expressions on the characters, the map design, which I'll get more into detail later. But the graphics were really, really PC friendly. I mean, I don't know how it looks on the consoles because I was playing the beta on the PC, but it really looked pretty nice. I was like, I'm very much impressed. And now with the map design, oh man, this looks pretty good. The game takes place in like a futuristic setting, so they take international areas, like different countries, and like gives them their own little different flair. Like there's one in London, there's one in Africa, there's one in India, I believe, there's one in Europe. No, not Europe. Egypt. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's really nice little touches. There was a Mexico in Dorado, I believe it's called. It had little piñatas, and it had like a fiesta scene, and then you go deeper into it, you see Spanish written. It's a really, really cool, those little minute touches that you probably wouldn't really see in a game, but they took a lot of time to really give you those nice fine little touches. There's even, I think there was one map that I liked. It was Greece, and I just liked it. It had this nice, like, tropical villagey flair, and it was really pretty. I was like, I want to live there. I literally want to like live in this map. This map is so cool, except for like the shooting and explosions going on. I would pretty much like to live in this map. Another thing that I liked was the gameplay. First off, the gameplay was really solid. Oh, it was just go in, click, bam, bam. Really quick, snappy. Firefights were like impressive. Like you get into a main firefight, it's you feel like the push and pull of it, which is a mark of a really good game. Next thing I want to talk about is team tips. Team tips were something that in this type of shooter is necessary, because it really allows you to put more focus on what your team needs depending on the mode. So if you're doing an attack, you probably don't want a lot of support characters because they're not going to push effectively in these modes. So you probably want more offensive and defensive heroes, and with maybe one or two support or tank. So you kind of want a little variety in your team, because in Team Fortress you would have these like all for this thing, you would have all these and no these, and you would have all these and no these. So you have more pyros than you would need engineers, or you wouldn't, and hardly ever have I ever played a game where there was never a medic. I mean, oh man, just that really sucks when you're on a team full of like heavies and you don't have a medic to like support them. So this really kind of like gives you an idea of how to, you know, properly balance your team so that you can, you know, effectively push a lane or push a payload, get the objective, you know, get the objective together. Okay, next one is the party system. That was actually, I liked it from Heroes of the Storm, where you can kind of like play with, you can get in, you can party up with a team, you can party up with your friends, and then once you get into a game, all your friends are on a team themselves. So whether you're playing versus AI, whether you're playing ranked, or whether you're playing quick match, pretty much your entire, if you like your crew, you can pretty much play with your crew at the same time. So I like that, and I like the fact they moved that over to Overwatch. I have my buddy and me playing the other night, and it was me and him playing in a match, and it was kind of cool to really be playing with your friends. So I kind of like that. That's another tip in the good on the good chart on that. Sound and music. I love that score. I just like how each introduction to the maps, you have like different cultural music. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, this game. You see like how the way the guns sound, how the way the weapons sound, how the way attacks sound, how the way characters do like titular lines, or you know how Tracer sounds. I love Tracer's gun sounds. They are some of the best gun sounds I've ever heard in the game. Like they're just like I love that sound. That sound is nice to me. It's up there with the higher echelon of my favorite sounds. Up there with that Ghostbuster proton pack. I like that sound. And speaking of characters, I like the character roster. The character roster feels pretty cool. Like I like Tracer. I've only really played as like Tracer, Widowmaker, Hanzo, and I can't really remember the name. She's a pink hair chick, but I like her. I like playing as her. And Bastion. Bastion is pretty cool. I thought Bastion would be my character to go to from the character videos that Blizzard posts, but you know, I find myself surprisingly drawn to Widowmaker, because Widowmaker is finally, in these type of team-based shooters, Widowmaker is hands down my favorite sniper character. Like I don't play as a lot of snipers, but I like Widowmaker as a sniper class. I like her. I really like her. I don't like her as much as Tracer, but I like her as a sniper. She's the best sniper to me. Okay. Believe that I've covered everything. Oh, I got one more thing. The price. Now the price, at last time I checked, it was $39.99. I'm hoping to still be right, but it's $39.99, which is pretty good for a new game that comes out in 2016, because it allows people who are dead set into this game to pick up this game. So it's really cheap. So you can jump into this game, boom, you know, $40 is a lower barrier of entry to get into this game. You can play this game, and I feel like they're gonna make it up with downloadable content, and probably with skins and emotes or whatever, because I feel like they're gonna make their money back anyway. That's a really good business model to go with, instead of like in this kind of like landscape that we're in, posting you know, releasing games for like full 60. I'm looking at you, Battleborn. That was not cool. I think you could have went down to 30. You probably could have went down to 39 too. But I feel like that this is a good step to getting more people into it. You know, getting the hardcore, definitely, but then getting the people who are interested in it, like the beta, and want to kind of pick it up, but don't want to pay a full 60 to get it. And I feel like once the game starts coming down in price, it'll definitely be a hands down must buy at a lower price. But I like it so far. Now, unfortunately, we got to talk about the bad. Ooh, we're gonna talk about the bad, but you know, it's not that much bad, but it's still some bad. The first thing I didn't like, and again, this is my impressions. This is what I didn't like. I didn't like the kill cam. I never liked kill cams in any shooter games, but I didn't like it in here. For this impressions, I didn't like it in here because it really makes you feel like you messed up. It really makes you feel like, hey, you coulda, yeah. See that 5 minutes? You know what you coulda did? You coulda went left instead of right. You know, and the person who, if you got anxiety and you just don't like, and you don't like getting killed, it's like, hey, you died, but let me also show you, while you wait to respond, let me show you how you died the last 5 minutes of your death, 5 seconds of your death, yeah, you might want to try it a little bit better. And I kind of felt like that was kind of like rubbing my nose in it. I don't like to get my nose rubbed in when I'm playing a game, so that wasn't really cool. The next thing I want to bring up is like a high barrier of interest as far as like skill goes, because even though they have a nice tutorial in this game, like it's a really nice, well put together tutorial level. I feel like that you're going to like, with a lot of shooters, you're pretty much going to get blitzed out by A1 players, and it really doesn't put you in a proper bracket where you can play with people according to your level. And I forgot to put that in there. I forgot to put that on my list. It was matchmaking, because again, this is just a beta, so I just have to, take things with a grain of salt. But that's, if matchmaking continues to transition into the full retail release, then it's going to be a mad problem, because sometimes it puts you with, like, I've been playing shooters for a while, so I'm not no slouch at how shooters are going to be. But when you put you in levels where, when you rank high level players, that's not really fun, and that's not really going to keep you playing, because if you keep getting in, if you're low level and you keep getting your butt handed to you by high level, high level badasses, you're pretty much not going to be playing. You're pretty much not going to be playing this game, and you're going to be lamenting your $40 purchase. Like, oh, why did I pay $40 for this? Couldn't I just got Stardew? Could have got a nice couple of indie games, or I could have put that in some Heroes of the Storm content. That sucks. But yeah, it really feels, a little janky that way. Balancing issues. I felt like that, with these games, you have to be on top of your balancing. You can't have too many strong characters, because more people will be gravitating to these characters as opposed to these characters. So they have to work on the balancing just a little bit. It does sound kind of nitpicky, but again, this is just a beta. But this is something that I want people to be. I want the developer to be very much aware of, because I don't want people to like buy your game, love your game for like first 3 days, and then say, oh, bump this is not cool. Like, so because of balancing. So I really think they need to get that on board. The next thing, you probably noticed that this game has similarities to Team Fortress 2, and it kind of is, because it is kind of team-based, character-based shooter. I feel like that, despite the wonderful presentation that Overwatch did, I feel like that Team Fortress did it a little bit better. Like, as far as like putting it, because who clearly your roles are. Like, here are all of your roles grouped up, because they even have the same grouping of heroes. Like these are your offense heroes, these are your defense heroes, these are your tanks, here's your support. But there's not really a clear thing of who does what and who does what where. And it's weird, because even two heroes are split as split from one character, from one class, as opposed to, it's like one class of hero is split into two characters. And it's just like it's just so weird though. It's like, I would like this character to be with this character as opposed to just making one character. It's just kind of odd. So you don't really know which. That says no support, but it's like, okay, do I go with this person that's like this, or do I go with this person like this? It's just a little weird. It's a little weird. And so we got through the bad. That wasn't that bad. So we got through the bad. So now we're at the meh part of it. It's like, it's alright. With that, the story. The story sounds really good, and it really looks really good in those like vignettes and those feature videos. But it just doesn't make. It's like, oh, we don't know who is the bad guy, like who's the bad organization. So the story kind of like leaves a little bit desired, and it really doesn't give you a lot of motivation to like play, except for how awesome the gameplay is and how great it looks. But it doesn't. You don't really know who's a bad guy, who's a good guy. It just feels like both guys it's just like team based, just going at each other. You know, it doesn't give you a lot of motivation. And speaking of which, I feel like this is not really a problem. It's not a problem, but I feel like see this as a more missed opportunity, that there's no like single player and offline campaign, no group of, that's the thing. Say what will about Battleborn. Battleborn at least had like offline campaign or like a co-op campaign. Like this game would be awesome if this had more co-op campaigns. And I don't know what they might have in plan for the future, but if they do put it together, I think that would be a good win. Again, it doesn't take away from the game, but I really see it as kind of a missed opportunity. What they could have done right. But anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen to your boy ramble. The game is coming out in May 2016 on the 24th. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all my social networks in the description below. And yeah, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night whenever you watch this. And you should watch this and have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. Bye-bye, y'all. Keep playing.